What's up, y'all? It's gonna be a weird concept, but it's totally worth explaining. So I just saw a couple sitting on the balcony, barbecuing. Okay, look like a nice couple. Thought, hey, I might be able to get along with those people. Look like normal people. And I wondered to myself. I lived in these apartments for a while. I'm just thinking, why do I not know anybody around here? And I realized it's because we're all so tightly packed that really our entire existence in this tightly packed, sardine, a rat hole of a community is all about just, kind of making our way through. There's no real rest, There's no, how should I say it? It's not just like, hey, we're out on an open field, we come upon each other, and how you doing? We both got room to move and live and exist. It's more like, to me, we're all so closely packed together. It's like, we're all just kind of worried about running into each other, this or that. And I mean, not literally, but kind of just metaphorically speaking, it's kind of just like a high level of tension that exists. Like, we're just all trying to navigate through each other, and if you're most people stay in their apartments, they don't even come outside. Kids come outside. I hang out with them every so often and throw football and stuff. But generally everybody else just stays inside, and if you come outside, it's just your only idea is just to weasel up out of here. And once you're out into a more open area, then it's like, okay, a little bit more free and a little bit more comfortable. And so everybody here generally it's just these tightly packed sardines. I know some people around here, a couple people who just, can manage, but I see it on a lot of people's faces. They're just so uneasy, in this situation. And so I think it's part of it. And the reason I'm explaining this is because I think it kind of signifies kind of a flipping of the polarity of kind of the social attitude, Like I said, once people get out on the open road, open space, feel more comfortable, might be a little bit more social. When they're up in here, like I said, it might be because they're tightly packed. It could also be because they want their relative privacy and stuff. You could be up in neighborhoods. Some neighborhoods are pretty tightly packed though too, and you can see similar stuff. Like, for instance, I had a friends, relative to these apartments, neighborhoods, even if they're house, they're relatively spacious compared to this. So I used to go to my friend's house, and he lived on this one street, and literally every weekend, the whole street, at least half the street that we stayed on or hung out on, they'd open up the garage, and we just go, whoever was out, we just go walk up in the garage and be like, what's up? Go kick it up in the garage. One of our friends had a pool table up in there, and we just go chill and drink and kick it, you know what I'm saying? And there was whole open door policy thing going on with the whole, basically half of the street that we stayed on. And, that lasted a couple good 3, 4, maybe even 5 years. And then he moved and, went back to the street. A couple other people moved and stuff, so it's not really the same. But we had that type of thing going on. And, it was relatively social, you know what I'm saying? It was cool. In the same way, I know a couple cool people who stay here, like I said, but it's just so sardine packed. It's I walk out my front door, and there's a parking space right there, and people might be sitting in their car, I don't even got a front yard, you know what I mean? And something about that, it just makes you it puts you in a protective mode, as opposed to being feeling comfortable and open, you know what I'm saying? To social, I was about to say sociality, but it's like a polarity flip. When you're too crammed up and there's too much stuff going on, it's kind of you're just defensive, But if you're kind of in that open space type setting where you feel more comfortable, you're a lot more open, you're more chill, you know what I'm saying? And I just sense this. I sense it. I still go with my friends, and he moved, like I said, but I can still go over there and just hang, and it's more comfortable. It's more open, chill. I'm used to living in a neighborhood. I grew up in a neighborhood. And it was the same thing, open door policy, like little kid riding our bikes around, we go, just dump our bikes in whoever's front yard, go inside and hang out with him and didn't worry about nothing, you know what I'm saying? With this tightly packed sardine can, like I said, little kids come out and, a couple people. So I'm out here because I'm just used to that. I'm used to that type of open shit. But I think a lot of people who live here, they don't know how to handle this tightly knit sardine can thing. And so it's a lot of antisocial behavior. It's not as, everybody's more defensive than they are friendly. And I just think it's kind of an important thing to note, man. It really is, because a lot of people might not even see it, take a lot of stuff personal. People are, I don't know, this is basically the hood, you might say. And a lot of people are kind of disrespectful, and they do step on each other's toes. Like, shit, I'll be sleeping. I can hear people out here like 3 a.m. coming like, vroom, like acting like this little drive's a drag stripper, coming out with some loud music bumping in their thing. It's like, dude, I barely even come into this apartment, complex, talking loud if it's the middle of the night, you know what I mean? I make these videos, I don't even talk loud, you know what I'm saying? Like, right now, I'm not even trying to be too loud, because I know there's people here probably, I ain't trying to be all disrespectful like that. Some people come through and they are disrespectful, so it naturally puts people in a defensive mode, and so you just gotta understand that. So yeah, I just saw some people barbecuing. I'm like, these are like some nice normal people. I probably get along with them, and it's like, why don't I know them? Why don't I know barely anybody around here? I got like a couple friends I know around here, yet there's like hundreds of people that live here, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's because everybody's on that defensive mode. And like I said, it's also because a lot of people do come through disrespectful and step on each other's toes, and they put people in that defensive mode. A lot of people are just super disrespectful, man, and that's part of it too. And that could be part of it in the world. You see a lot of that stepping on each other's toes type shit, and puts people in defensive position as opposed to an open, ready for social interaction, mode. I just thought it's something worth talking about, so there you go. That's that. Welcome to the hood. I'm out.